Welcome, everyone, to Take the Lead. I am your host, William Kliski.
And I am John O'Halloran. Folks at home, happy Sunday. Not Saturday, Sunday, because we're doing this on a Sunday.
And, John, we're changing it up not one, but in two ways this week.
Yes. We're starting.
One, you already said it's Sunday.
Yep.
And two,
we're not starting out with football because why?
Why not?
Because football season is done.
So we don't have to save the picks for last. So,
Nope.
John, there's a report. Jimmy G is the Patriots' plan A for QB this offseason.
I'm not surprised. I'm really not. He's already played with him. Knows the system.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Patriots bring back Cam Newton. If they do, I don't know if they're going to be. Well, I say it all the time. I mean, Cam Newton, he really came back from an injury. Got COVID. Really didn't have a preseason. Only had a few months to learn the offense. So if you give him one more year, maybe he can finally learn the offense. But I'll bring back Jimmy G. Why not?
Yeah. Jimmy G. Give him the number 12. Make him the new GOAT in New England.
Jesus, that would cause a lot.
Oh, he'd get so much hate if he took Tom Brady's number, probably.
No, Patriots drafted him, I think it was 2015, 2016, something like that.
Alexa, what year was Jimmy Garoppolo drafted? 2014.
Okay, 2014 he was drafted.
Second round. 62nd pick by the New England Patriots. Thank you, Alexa.
Because I remember
Didn't say you're welcome this time.
three or 4 years ago, Bill Belichick wanted
You wanted Jimmy G over Brady.
Yeah, and Robert Kraft said that's not happening. They sent him to Jimmy G back in San Francisco. Bring Jimmy G back. Why not?
Yeah, bring him back.
Knows offense. I think he'll do well in New England.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, he's not a bad quarterback.
Yeah, but he'll do better in New England. Speaking of former New England quarterbacks, TB12. He's working with the Buccaneers to extend contract and create cap space ahead of 2021 free agency.
Watch, they can bring more people in.
Keep people more like
Or
it.
keep poor people.
Yeah, so they're working with the 43-year-old quarterback to keep him around for at least several more seasons. Weeks after Bucs general manager hinted the team could sign Brady to a new contract. Freaking insane. He's literally going to play until he's 50.
Probably. He's not done winning Super Bowls. He's probably going to win at least friggin' 3 or more.
Yeah. Brady, who signed a 2-year deal worth $53.375 million with Tampa last offseason, is currently exploring options to extend his deal. An extension wouldn't keep Brady tied to the Bucs beyond 2021. His age 44 season, it would more importantly enable the team to reallocate resources in 2021 free agency. I love how whenever they were talking about Tom Brady, they're like, his age 44 season.
44, he's still playing. No one from that draft class. Only
I
one.
feel like no one's in that draft class has played for like 5 years at least. Except for Brady.
He's the only one from that draft class still playing. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, so Brady's objective is to do what he can to help retain great players and build the foundation for more success. Brady is fixated on more Lombardis and knows the Bucs are in a bind with their impending free agents. That includes starting wide receiver Chris Godwin, star pass rusher Shaquille Barrett, and veteran defensive tackle Ndamukong Suh, all of whom are set to hit the open market later this month. Both Godwin and Barrett have been speculated as candidates to receive the Bucs franchise tag, but it could be a lucrative extension to keep both Super Bowl starters in town. Brady is well known for consistently taking under-market deals during his 20-year run in New England. The 7-time Super Bowl champion is currently set to make $28.375 million against the 2021 salary cap, the 6th largest figure among active QBs.
If I'm the Bucs, I'd keep Godwin and let. You said it was Sue.
Godwin, Suh, and Barrett.
I'd let Sue walk and try to keep Barrett and Godwin.
Yeah, maybe you could probably sign Suh for cheaper.
Yeah,
but and more quarterback news. Report: free agent quarterback Ryan Fitzmagic set to retire from NFL.
No way.
Yeah,
Really?
Updated March 6th, which is now yesterday.
That sucks.
Yeah, great teams win championships, but in order to get a ticket to the big dance, a team likely needs to have an elite quarterback. It's not by accident that outside of fluky run by the Joe Flacco-led Ravens. The AFC representative from 04 to 19 was headlined by future Hall of Famer quarterback in Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, and Peyton Manning. Unfortunately for the Broncos, that torch of AFC QB supremacy now has appeared to be passed to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Jeez. This article is not even talking about
Him retiring?
No. Oh, there we go. One name it sounds like the Broncos may have to take off the table is that of Ryan Fitzpatrick. After kicking around the league for years, the former Harvard... You went to Harvard?
Yeah.
Damn. Is apparently leaning towards hanging up his cleats and calling it a career, according to NFL insider John Clayton. Ryan Fitzpatrick looks like he's going to retire. The Broncos did make some contact with him. He's been with 8 teams and played a long time, but it looks like he's going to be out of the mix.
That stinks. I like watching him. He brings so much energy.
He's no Tom Brady in longevity.
No.
He's been around for a long time, but he's not Tom Brady long time.
No one's going to do a Tom Brady. He has 7 Super Bowls.
Isn't it like a stat like the average NFL career is like 3 years?
Yeah, 3 years.
And Tom Brady's going into year 22.
He's actually retired, what, 19 years ago now?
Based on statistics.
His ass is still playing 19 years later.
Freaking crazy. All right, go ahead.
There's rumors that the Patriots could possibly trade Stephon Gilmore during the offseason. He was named Defensive Player of the Year in 2019. Had a not so good 2020 season. Tested positive for COVID-19. Dealt with a leg injury. Ended up playing just 11 games this season. With the Patriots struggling, Gilmore's production dwindling, his name started surfacing as a potential centerpiece in a trade. Nothing. I haven't heard anything but a contract extension. LaFleur wrote, so a trade seems like a possibility. He's 30 years old.
Mm-hmm. Still a great corner.
Yeah, we'll get plenty of interest as a Browns, Panthers, Cardinals, who just will talk about the Cardinals did this week. Packers, Giants as a potential destinations. He projected Pacific trade, which Gilmore joins the Browns and Saints for a 2021 third-round pick and a 2022 fourth-round pick. He's entering his final year of his deal with the Patriots. Is set to hit the team's salary cap of $15 million in 2021. Kind of last name is this La Confoya. La Confoya.
La Conforna.
I mean, I think the Patriots should trade him. I mean, I know you don't want to hear it, but I think it's time the Patriots are going to be in rebuild mode. Mm-hmm. They don't have a lot of money against it. I think they have $65 million in cap, so if you trade him...
Open up more.
You can go and get a quarterback, which I don't see the Patriots going and spending a lot on a quarterback.
Yeah, I don't either.
But, so it sounds like... Stephon Gilmore's going to be out the door. It's going to make me wonder if they're going to do a Julian Edelman. If they're going to let him walk, or what they're going to do with him.
Full rebuild.
Speaking about the Cardinals, J.J. Watt announced earlier in the week that he'd be signing a 2-year deal worth $31 million.
Source?
Himself.
Yeah.
Showed a picture.
I like that. It's like source, me.
His showed a picture of himself. I think he was squatting, was wearing a Cardinal shirt.
Yep.
When I checked Instagram at work, I was on break. And I was like, why the hell is he wearing a Cardinals shirt? And I just scrolled down more. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I probably should go see why he's wearing a Cardinals shirt. I was like, why is he
surprised you didn't get it right away.
I was like, what the hell is he wearing a Cardinals shirt for?
I first saw it on Twitter.
He's joining, though, reform with DeAndre Hopkins. Joining a really... He's playing right next to Chandler Jones, which is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Chandler Jones... Yikes. I feel bad for opposing quarterbacks.
Yeah, and then not to mention Murray and Hopkins on the other side of the field.
Jeez, the Cardinals could be good.
Now, Cardinals just need Deshaun Watson, and you have Houston Texans 2.0.
Oh, my God. Don't even say that.
They have Kyler Murray. They're not going to
Unless they Cardinals decide to trade Kyler Murray, which I wouldn't, because he's definitely proven himself to be a quarterback.
Yeah, they're not going to trade
him. No. The Bills, Titans, and Browns had serious self-interest in Watt. But he's joined the Cardinals with Chandler Jones. That's
going to be nasty.
Oh, man.
I wonder how his brothers feel being on the Steelers and him not going to join them.
It was, I think the Steelers had some interest.
Yeah.
No, his brother's trying to push it, but I don't think he wanted to be in the spotlight with his brother. because it's
brothers.
T.J. Watt, no, he's an elite level linebacker, I believe he is.
Yeah.
So I don't think J.J. Watt really wanted to go take his shine. I think he wants his brother to have his own shine.
Brothers.
Well, I'm talking about his brother on his defense because his other brothers, who knows what the hell he does. He probably just sits on the bench.
He's probably a fullback.
Good
or
job,
something. He's probably like a fullback, like the other Gronkowski. Wasn't he a fullback, right?
Yeah, I don't think he did anything, though.
No.
I think all the brothers played in professional sports. I know one played in the MLB, I believe.
I'm figuring out what his brothers do.
With the Cardinals, with Watt in Arizona, the Cardinals are already projected to improve their 8-8 record from last season, and up to plus 0.4 wins per simulation to 9.2. The playoff percentage is now 58.5%, just being 49.3%.
Hey, guess what?
What?
He was a fullback.
He was?
He is a fullback.
He is? He's still playing?
Derek Watt.
Oh, Derek Watt. I talked about Kongrowski.
Yeah. No, Derek Watt is a football fullback for the Steelers. He was drafted in the 6th round of 2016.
Has he done anything?
Apparently he was on Ultimate Tag.
I don't know what the hell that is, but it sounds cool.
It's like Extreme Tag.
So
I'll see if we can watch it anywhere. We can watch an episode after.
That's his only highlight of his career?
Well, no, it's apparently, I was just quickly on his
Yeah.
Wikipedia. It says he was on it. Let's see, actually. Career history, the Chargers from 2016 to 2019 and 2020.
Does he have any unique stats or anything?
Yeah. Career NFL stats as of Week 17, 2020. $49 rushing yards. 2.6 average. 1 rushing touchdown. 10 receptions, 152 receiving yards, 0 receiving touchdowns.
So he's pretty much like a backup to a backup to a backup to a backup, pretty much.
Yeah.
So they probably just bring him in garbage time.
How much do you think his contract is? I'm going to look it up.
If I was something crazy, like $1 million, $2 million.
It's probably going to be like $750,000 or something. I don't want context. I want contract. Wait, what? No.
How much is he making?
No. He signed a 3-year deal for $9.75 million.
He doesn't even do anything. He holds a freaking ball on the sideline.
He's not doing anything. The hell?
I wish I could pay that much to sit in my ass and watch a football game.
You're built like a fullback. You could probably do it.
Another former Patriot is now in the Fraser market. Kyle Van Noy.
You should go back to New England.
That's what I was actually thinking. He's
so good.
He was surprised and disappointed at the Dolphins' release.
Well, yeah, it's the Dolphins. They do dumb things all the time.
Yeah. He said, I'm surprised and disappointed in their decision. Van Noy told Grafano, as a captain, I gave all the team. I fought through a painful hip injury during the season, including spending a night in the hospital after a game. I was brought there to be a leader, and I know my teammates looked and respected me. I'm looking forward to making an impact in my next team. The move will clear up $9.77 million in cap space for the Dolphins. Owners of approximately $28 million in cap space based on upgrade upon floor of $180 million. He signed a 4-year, $51 million contract just 1 year ago. Instead of opting to cut him loose entirely despite his deal, including $30 million guaranteed money.
$30 million guaranteed.
He logged 13 stats for the Dolphins in 2020, delivered 69 combined tackles, baby.
Nice.
46.
I wonder if he stopped there intentionally.
I would have. I said, hey, look, I have a bad hip injury. I got 69 combined tackles. I ain't playing this rest of the season
No,
no more.
You don't mention it. You just...
I just got a really bad...
My ankle. I got this really bad case of turf's toe. That's the thing? Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
It is now.
4.6 alarm with 6 pass deflections, 6 sacks. It's unlikely he'll be employed for a long time. It's pretty not a bad season.
Yeah.
I definitely see him going back to New England.
I was just making a joke when I said it.
No, I mean, I don't see them going back. I know Patriots defense struggled last year.
Yeah.
No, they didn't have obviously him. They didn't have Dante Hightower. They missed a lot because a lot of people opt out because COVID.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good.
I just hope the Patriots rebuild for a very long time. Just like the next team that's me rebuilding until the day I die. Brandon Graham wants to remain with the Eagles despite franchise entering rebuild mode.
Yeah.
Brandon Graham has long said he wanted to remain with the Philadelphia Eagles for his career. They're obviously going through rebuild mode. He says, I don't want to go anywhere, Graham said Viva Zach Berman of The Athletic. I know I don't have long, but I know for me, I'm here in Philly. So when I'm retired, I'm going to go back to working here and doing something in Philly to stay connected to the team. I don't want to mess that up by just dipping out when things get a little tough. But who knows? How's it going to go this year? Jalen Hurts might go in there and rock our world and lead the team down the road. I feel we could go. Right now, he's the longest tenured player in the Eagles, entering his 12th season. Holy crap. First round pick in 2010. Graham is fourth on the franchise all-time sack list with 59. He's tied third and forced fumbles, 19, while ranking third in quarterback hits, 123. Only Reggie White, Trent Cole, Clyde Simmons have more sacks in Eagles uniform than Graham. Obviously, the Eagles are trying to get on the salary cap. Graham is entering his final year of his contract. Has a gap number of 17. Holy crap! $928 million for 2021.
Wow.
And the Eagles can only save 716,000. Wow. If they release him per June 1st, they cut $13 million. If Graham is designated for the post June 1st cut, he finished with 46 tackles, 8 sacks, 18 quarterback hits, 29 pressures last season. And just had 9 pressures and one sack over his last 7 games. He'll be 33 in April. The Eagles have a case to move on from the pass rusher. He was the main reason why Eagles won the Super Bowl. One of the main reasons why when he hit Tom Brady on the forced fumble.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's in Philadelphia, but obviously the Eagles are going through rebuild mode. No, they traded Carson Wentz to try and trade Zach Ertz.
Yeah.
I know they're not bringing back Jason Pierce, which I don't mind because he's freaking 40 years old and is injured every other play.
Every other play. Kind of like Carson Wentz.
Yep.
And he's not even your responsibility anymore. How does that make you feel?
I'm kind of bummed out. I feel like the Eagles failed him. I really do. But no, now he's in Indianapolis. I really hope to succeed. Brad, enjoy Carson Wentz.
Enjoy his back pain.
Washington releases Alex Smith following quarterback's comeback. His comeback player of the year.
Lame. They waited for him to come back to release him. That's upsetting.
No, he broke his leg. Almost didn't get to play again. You know what we're going to do? We're going to release his ass. Call him in. Hey, Alex, pack your bags. You're gone. That's unfortunate. What he's able to do, come back from that injury. It just sucks. No, I think they're going to obviously run Taylor Heineke, whatever his name is. How do you feel about the Patriots? Possibly bringing in Alex Smith. He's a decent quarterback.
I think he's pretty good.
In 2018, he had Washington at 6-3, top of the NFC East before going down with a gruesome leg injury that cost him most of his life. And just 1 year off, Smith returned to the field in 2020, went 5-1 as a star, and helped Washington secure the NFC East for the first time since 2015. Wrapped up the 2020 comeback player of the year. He said, "Never thought I was coming back," Smith told GQ's Clay Skipper. "When I decided to come back, I definitely threw a wrench in the team's plan. I didn't see it, didn't want me there, and didn't want me to be part of it, and didn't want me to be on the team, the roster. Didn't want to give me a chance. Mind you, it was a whole new regime. They came in, and I'm like the leftovers, and I'm hurt, and I'm this liability. No, I hope he finds a new home. You don't see too many players come back from injury like that.
Yeah.
Nick Foles, Big Dick Nick, is not ruled out as a starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears in 2021. GM Ryan Pace says he showed leadership. He says, I respect the way he handled a lot of adversity this year, just not for himself in the quarterback room, Pierce said. He was a leader in the room as a starter or backup, and when we're playing, there was something that, in his fairness to him, that offense line was a little unsettled, and the run game wasn't quite where we wanted it to be. Now, Trubisky's going to be free agent March 17th, and obviously there's signs to point to him not returning to Chicago. Foles certainly didn't benefit from the Bears' offense. Allowed 18 sacks in his 7 starts, a huge factor in the quarterback throwing just 7 touchdowns and 7 interceptions in those starts. The Bears' running game wasn't very good either, averaging just 52.6 yards, rushing yards per game. In those stats, dead last in the league. The 2.79 yards per carry average also last in the league. And two rushing touchdowns tied for last. Foles completed 65.96% of his passes for 1,664 yards with 7 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. You already said that, so why are you repeating yourself with dumbass article? Recorded 79.6 passer rating in those stats, despite no running game offensive line. Nick Foles, please, for the love of God, come back to Philadelphia. Just please come back to Philadelphia. I am begging you, come back to Philly.
Prove you're worth your statue.
Yes.
Prove you're worth your statue.
The team plays good with you. They love you. So
Take a contract that's worth less than your statue.
Yes, come back. 2021 NFL schedule expected to be released in May with 17 games, a possibly Monday playoff game.
Ooh. Tell me more.
Yes. When the NFL schedule gets released, there are likely going to be some major changes. One of the biggest ones is the number of games. After 43 years of playing 16-game schedule, it's looking more like the NFL finally expecting things to expand things to 17 games, starting with the 2021 season. Although the move will be widely expected to happen, NBC's Peter King did offer a following new schedule nuggets this week that will likely change if it gets expanded to 17 games. AFC will host the 17th game. The AFC and NFC will alternate hosting duties for the 17th game every year the following year for the 2021. It looks like the AFC will start things off in NFC in 2022. No extra bye. There have been some speculation that the NFL might add a second bye to the schedule. It doesn't look like that's going to happen.
That's fine.
Yep. Monday wild card game might happen. For the 2020 season, the NFL gave us a triple header on Saturday and Sunday of Super Wild Card weekend. However, that could be changing, and that's because the league is giving some serious thought of moving one of those games to Monday.
I'm for it.
Me too. The NFL wanted to do this last season, but the Monday of the Super Wild Card weekend was some days of college football national title game.
Makes
so it
sense.
makes the idea. The Super Bowl will be pushed back a week.
That's fine.
Yep. With the regular season scheduled to be played over 18 weeks instead of 17, that means Super Bowl is going to be pushed back a week. If that happens, then Super Bowl 56 will be played on February 13th. It'll be the latest that any Super Bowl has been played. I mean, I like that.
Yeah,
I can also know that the NFL will likely be scheduling 2 Christmas games this year, which isn't that surprising. I'm dope with the playoff game on Monday. 17 games, more football.
Who doesn't want more football?
Yeah.
Make the season 40 games.
Yes, so that means we can have football. You know how many picks we can do?
Non-stop. One season ends, 8 weeks off, back on.
Yep.
Stop being lazy pieces of crap.
Good old baseball time?
Yes. No, basketball. Baseball's last.
All right, let's run us that. Basketball time?
Yeah. Let's make this quick so we can get to baseball. Mainly because I don't have a lot. Embiid to donate $100,000 to combat homelessness in Philadelphia.
That's nice of him.
Good on you, Embiid.
Yep.
That was the only reason why I wanted that one. Detroit Pistons and Blake Griffin agree to contract buyout.
Yes.
The Brooklyn Nets, the Golden State Warriors, the Miami Heat, and the Portland Trailblazers are expected to be among the teams Griffin will be considering for his next stop. If he signs with any of those 4 teams, nasty.
Yes.
Especially the Nets. Imagine that that's having Irving, Harden, Durant, and Griffin. Griffin. Jesus Christ.
No, it's not the player once was, but I
not,
think he
but-
still can, bring some force to her team.
Did you hear how much he was owed for the remainder of the season?
Was it $39 million?
$36.6 million this season and $39 million for next year prior to the
Jesus.
buyout. So kind of hard to find a trade for that.
Honestly, I hate to say it. I expect him going to the Lakers.
Yeah. He's averaging 12.3, 5.2, and 3.9 for the season.
I mean, I would have took old Blake Griffin from 10 years ago, 11 years ago on the Celtics, but I definitely don't want him now.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, if we can get him on the cheap,
Yes.
get a big man there.
Yes, Larry Nance, trade rumors. 76ers Celtics among teams making a call about the Cavaliers forward. One player that's apparently on the list of teams is Cavaliers forward Larry Nance Jr. has received more calls about him than any other player. Sixers Celtics are amongst teams, according to Chris Feder of Cleveland.com. However, at this point, the Cavs are set in high price and aren't looking to move Nance. I really hope that if the Celtics end up getting him, he's a short defender and improving three-point shooter. Nance was a major factor in the Cleveland Cavaliers' surprising start.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't played since February 6th due to a fractured finger that required surgery. Fucking baby. During that time, the Cavaliers have gone 4-8 and have moved to the third worst record in the Eastern Conference. However, due to the start, say the playoff race, they're only 2.5 games out of a final play-in tournament spot, and Nance is due back shortly after the All-Star break. So it looks like the Cavaliers could possibly make the playoffs without LeBron James.
Crazy.
Just imagine. I know it's not going to happen because
First time in history.
I know it's not going to happen. But let's just say somehow, some crazy way, the Cavaliers make it to the finals and they play the Lakers.
That'd be freaking crazy.
I'll tell you what's going to happen to the Cavaliers.
4-game sweep.
That's the Cavaliers' cheeks getting clapped by LeBron James.
So, last week, we talked about the Celtics.
Yes, we did.
And how poor they were doing out of the playoffs.
Yes.
They're back and forth.
They've been winning lately.
Yes. They've won... What were they, 15 and 17 last week?
Yeah.
15, 16?
Yeah.
Well, they're 19 and 17 now and in fourth place in the East. Back where they should be. 6 and 4 in their last 10.
They're playing great.
Nets are 9 and 1 in their last 10. Jazz has slowed down. They've lost 3 games since we last spoke.
So are they 24-9 now?
27 and 9.
Oh, 27-9.
Yeah. Timberwolves still have single-digit wins. Only team in the NBA with single-digit wins.
What's their record?
Hold on. I accidentally clicked on something. They are... Want to take a guess?
10-24.
I said they have single-digit wins.
Oh, single. 9 and 23.
7 and 29.
Oh!
They're 1 and 9 in their last 10. However, the Houston Rockets are 0 and 10 in their last 10.
What's their record?
11 and 23. Let's see if anyone's doing really well. Nets 9 and 1. Wizards, surprisingly, with a 14 and 20 record, are 7 and 3 in their last 10.
This got I knew they were going to eventually get it together.
They'll come back. They're only like 2 games out of the 8th spot of the playoffs.
I knew they were going to get it together.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it.
Jeremy Lin, not naming or shaming anyone after he claimed he was called coronavirus during G League game.
Yikes.
He said he didn't want to get into details when the incident took place or even happened when he was playing in G League, which started its season a couple weeks ago when where he's playing with the Warriors G League affiliate, the Santa Cruz Warriors. Lin went to further talks about how this generation of Asian Americans are tired of being told they don't experience racism. We are tired of being told to keep our heads down and not make trouble. We're tired of Asian Americans kids growing up and being asked where they're really from or having our eyes mocked. Oh my God, guys, serious? Of being objected as erotic, or being told we're unattractive. We're tired of the stereotypes in Hollywood affecting our physique and limiting who we think we can be. We're tired of being invincible, of being mistaken for of college, or told struggles aren't real. It's 2021, and we're still dealing with racism. It's something we're going to deal with the rest of our lives, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that these grown men in the G League are, some of them are, 18, 19, 20, some of them in their 30s, and the fact that you're doing crap like that just shows that you're a child. That's something a middle schooler would do. Saying, "Hey, coronavirus, you're a coronavirus."
People are so stupid.
No, I don't think people should be going through that, especially Jeremy Lin. No one should be going through that.
Can't go after Lynn's sanity like that.
No. It doesn't matter, what someone's skin color is, what religion or what where they're from.
Jeremy Lin's skin color isn't coronavirus.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
I was just making a dumb joke.
Skin color, where you're from, your religion, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
No, underneath the skin, we're all the same. No, we all bleed the same color. And if you hate someone for their race, you're just an evil person. Or for hate someone their religion.
Because we all bleed red, white, and blue.
Yep.
Just kidding. Just red.
You're just, I don't know, it's just a sad world we live in that, that racism is still around. No.
Die, racism, die.
I think, if there's parents teaching their kids to be racist, and
yeah, because we don't grow up hateful.
No, it's
taught.
You learn and you see it.
It's taught. It's just
it's disgrace. I just want people to realize that underneath the skin, you and I bleed the same. And if you're racist and you hate for someone for the skin color, or whatever, then
we're all part of the human race.
Honestly, yeah, I don't want you to listen to the podcast if you feel that way about other people's skin colors and whatnot.
See you later.
Yep.
Suckers.
The Rockets to retire James Harden's number. I mean, can I ask what the hell he did for that franchise?
Absolutely nothing.
In 9 seasons in Houston.
It's been 9 years in Houston.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I feel like we've talked about that before. It's still crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like he was there for like 6.
He averaged 29.6 points, 6 rebounds, 7.7 assists, and 1.8 steals per game.
And John, the most important question in those stats: how many titles?
0. 3 scoring titles, an assist title, and MVP award with multiple runners-ups. In addition, the Rockets made the playoffs every season. The Beard finished the year in Houston. He leaves the town as the likely second best Rocket ever behind Akeem Olajuwon. He will join Yao Ming's number 11.
Obviously, Yao Ming is the best Rockets player of all time. Mr. 7'12", 7'6".
Clyde Drexler's number 22. Calvin Murray's number 23. Moise Malone's number 24. Akeem Olajuwon's number 34. Rudy number 45.
What? Rudy Tomjanovich?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. Very similar.
And
You
Carl
play it back,
Dawson's-
you can hear John clearly say it. You just got to play it in slow-mo.
So I'll do it again. Rudy
Like 0.25 of x speed. You'll hear John say it very well. One more time.
Okay, one more for the people at home. Rudy.
Do it a little slower this time.
Rudy and Tomjanovich.
Yeah, see? It was clear as day.
But he obviously made Houston contenders, but
Yeah.
I don't really think a guy who's almost should get retired if he brought zero championships.
Yep. You get your number retired for each title you bring. Bill Russell, 11 times. 11 times 6, 66. That's the number that's retired.
All right.
Paul Pierce, 1 title, number 34. 34 retired. Boom. Easy.
Fuck that one. Let's do baseball now.
Baseball. Let's see here. Oh, actually, I have one more basketball. Mike Conley replaces injured Devin Booker in All-Star game.
It's about time Mike Conley makes the All-Star game.
Yep. So, California to allow limited return of fans to MLB ballparks, other outdoor sporting events. So congratulations, California, for opening up.
You could get to see the Dodgers get the World Series rings and raise that banner.
You can see Ohtani pitch and hit.
You get to see Mike Trout win another AL MVP.
Yes, for whatever reason. Because he also brings no titles to Anaheim.
Nope.
So.
Ooh.
What?
No, you said Anaheim, and I had a story. So
Go ahead. Tell your story.
speaking of Anaheim, former MLB says Albert Pujols lied about his age.
What?
Yeah.
So how old is he?
David Sampson, who was a Marlins president from 2002 to 2017, made during the appearance on the Dan Labarge show. Sampson was reflecting on his 2012 offseason when Pujols was a free agent and the Marlins were one of the teams trying to sign the baseball star.
Wait, Pujols signed with the Angels in 2012?
I know.
What?
It's
Where's
dude,
time going?
I know. I was in high school when he did that, and I was
too.
in my sports marketing class, and we're all talking about it. And here we are, 11 years later?
9.
9 years later?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Still having that contract he signed. Surprising, but he made
That's
it
where I
this
met
long.
Will was high school.
Yeah.
I was a senior taking a freshman art class. I'm like, why am I in this right now?
Yeah, I don't even know why you were in it.
I was like, I'm with a bunch of... Wait, were you a freshman in 2012?
I was
A sophomore, right?
I was a sophomore.
A sophomore because
in
you're...
the second semester of January 2012. Yeah.
I don't know why. I said to the people who make my schedule, can you put me into like a senior art class? And nope.
And they're probably like, you're the only senior who needs art.
I know. Pujols eventually signed a massive 10-year, $240 million worth of contract with the Angels.
10 years, $240 million sounds like chump change now.
Yep. Now you got players friggin' 14.
And then you got Bryce Harper, 13 years, $360, I think it was. Something like
Yeah,
that.
it's ridiculous. So
Patrick Mahomes, 10-year, $500 million.
It's
He
ridiculous.
doubled Pujols' money.
Where was I?
Sorry.
No, it's all right. I just want to see the part where you say lie about his age. Oh, this isn't for
There's not one person in baseball.
Sam said that's not one person in baseball. Not one executive who believes Pujols is the age he says he is. The amount of fraud that was going on in the Dominican back in the day, the changing of names, the changing of birthdays wouldn't blow your mind. This is the first time Pujols, who is listed at 41 years old, has had his age called in question, as Sampson wrote. Notes. There is history with other players from the Dominican Republic for not being age claimed. Former pitcher Wandy Rodriguez turned 2 years too older than previous thought, and the same thing went for Miguel Tejada. As for Pujols, Sampson didn't give the age he thought the star truly was. So I wonder how old Albert Pujols really is. Using Pujols' math, 13 years plus 28 years would have made him 41 at the time of the interview. So right now they're thinking he's actually 44 years old.
44?
So they think Albert Pujols is 44 years old playing baseball.
Crazy. Crazy. Nuts. Sam Dyson suspended the entire 2021 season for domestic violence.
Some of these athletes don't make any sense.
I don't even want to talk about him. We just needed to get it out there. Do you have any more? I'm out until our until our final story.
Jackie Bradley Jr. has signed with the Milwaukee Brewers.
Goodbye, outfield.
Yep. Bradley 30 has batted .238, .324, and .418 over the last 3 seasons. Publicly available defensive. No, he's a good defensive player.
Let's go to Milwaukee to see him play.
I would.
On I have to double check what day of the week it is, but outfield tickets are upper deck tickets are like $6 on
I would.
Mondays or something.
I would.
Get that off my list.
You know, it's crazy to think. All the homegrown players. Mookie Betts, gone.
Yep.
Andrew Benintendi,
Gone.
Jackie Bradley Jr.,
Gone.
Those three.
We still got Devers
Yeah, and Bogarts.
and JD Martinez. He's not homegrown, but
No,
he's there.
but for 2018 team.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough time to be a Red Sox fan. I mean, no disrespect. I don't know how many you like Jackie Bradley Jr. I wasn't a big fan of him.
Mm-mm. You were not.
He was a good outfielder.
What was his nickname to you? Say it.
Jackie Crappy Jr. Well, dude, okay. Think about if any Brewers fans, if you're listening this far, think about Jackie Bradley Jr. This guy on a pace for 15 straight games can be one of the hardest hitters in baseball, bat over 300. Then the next 25 games, this mother effer hits 195, strikes out 75% of the time. But he is a good outfielder. But however, that bat ain't did it for me, son. But good luck to Jackie Bradley Jr. It's $24 million over 2 years, which is a lot of money for him. Second season is probably a player option. So another homegrown talent for the Red Sox is gone.
Gone. Gone.
Chris Bryant thought he got traded to the Mets after apparent prank.
That's funny.
The Cubs third baseman told Perez on Thursday received a text from a Connecticut number he was unfamiliar with. The text had a simple message: "Welcome to the Mets."
That's hilarious.
The text briefly unsettled Bryant, who was faced trade rumors all off season. It didn't take much time for him to sort the situation out. Bryant called agent Scott Boras, and Boras called the Cubs GM Jed Hoyer, and Hoyer said the report wasn't true. That's the kind of stuff I feel like it's nice to know, Brian said, when there's something that's completely false. Because at the end of the day, we're all human. And sometimes you get a text message saying something like that. It's like, well, that might kind of mess me up a little bit.
Yeah, it's just like, yo, what?
And it makes me wonder, like, how the hell that person got their number.
I don't know.
Like, hey, dude, you wanted to play a joke on Chris Bryant? Yeah, the Cubs third baseman. Yeah, let's text him and say, welcome to the Mets.
Yeah, welcome to the Mets.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to start texting, and I'm going to look up all different area code numbers.
Just text random numbers. Be like,
and just welcome to the Mets, welcome to the Mets, welcome to the Mets, welcome to the Mets. Until
No. You have a New Hampshire number. You got to say welcome to the Red Sox.
Oh, welcome to the Red Sox, welcome to the Red Sox, welcome to the Red Sox. I'm going to text everyone and anybody.
Just text some random Kansas City number.
Ends up being Patrick Mahomes. What the hell?
Wrong sport, guys. Good one.
You know what? You said you had a story.
Yes. Are you done?
Yeah, I don't want to.
All right, fun story time, guys. MLB.com. We found them. They're the worst team ever.
I guessed on the
Gather around the coffee table.
And I was wrong.
Production. What?
I said I guessed on off here and I was wrong.
Yep.
I said Tiger. I said t, and he goes wrong.
Yeah. I know I said wrong before you even started.
Yeah.
So this article is written by Anthony Kastrovitz. Thank you for this.
Just do what I did.
I'm basically stealing your article here. The ballpark has no dugouts. It has no locker rooms. It has no restrooms, no concession stands, and no scoreboard. No warning track lines its chain link outfield fence. No plumbing routes run beneath its all dirt infield or its Spartan slab seats. Set foot in the facility known as Fleming Field today, in the shadow of the city water tower that blares the word Yonkers in bold blue letters. And you would never know it actually housed a professional baseball team in 1995. Then again, you would not have known it in 1995 either.
What?
Fleming Field was the appropriately abysmal home of possibly the worst team in the history of paid play. They were called the Yonkers Hoot Owls, and their story is a lot like the movie Major League, albeit without the uplifting arc or happy ending. In amenities, in attendance, and in the independent Northeast League standings, the Hoot Owls were dead last, then dead altogether. They lived for just a single, financially ruinous summer.
So it lasted one season.
Summer.
Summer.
And yet, while changing into the uniforms in foul territory, mowing their own outfield grass and traveling to road games on a rickety school bus with no air conditioning, the Hoot Owls formed friendships and memories no record can reflect. First baseman Peter Buffone says, "We sucked, but it was the funnest year of my life."
Does it say their record?
Yep, it gets there. I'll scroll down a bit. Let's see. Independent leagues are where the undrafted, unnoticed, or unwanted go to keep their baseball careers alive. They are landing spots for those who either exhausted their opportunity in affiliated minor league baseball or never had the opportunity in the first place. But the indie leagues we know today did not exist in 1991. That was the year the PBA, that governs the relationships between MLB and MILB, included a new series of facilities for MILB clubs. Standards were raised for seating and everything else. Let's see. Enter the Northeast League. Founded by a book publisher named Jay Acton, the Northeast was envisioned as a 6-team league with a 70-game season at a caliber comparable to Class A ball. All of the initial teams were located in New York State, and the 20-man rosters were mostly made up of college-age players and those cut from the minor leagues with a few former big leaguers sprinkled in.
Oh.
Yep. Let's see. Former Mets All-Star outfielder Lee Mazzilli was tapped as the commissioner. Team managers included former Indians skipper Doc Edwards and 2 members of the 1982 World Series champion Cardinals, pitcher Dave LaPointe and infielder Ken Oberkfell. Yonkers skipper was Paul Blair, the former All-Star outfielder and 4-time World Series champion with the Orioles and Yankees. The league wanted a team in Westchester County near enough to New York City to gain media coverage because it falls within the territorial rights of the Yankees and Mets, and Westchester had not had a minor league team since 1949. But it was a fair game to an independent like the Northeast. Let's see. Originally, the plan was to place Westchester's county's teams in Mount Vernon and to name it the Hoot Owls, with the games played at Memorial Field, to the building where the famous Coca-Cola commercial featuring Mean Joe Green was filmed.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, then a problem arose. Memorial Field, which had been built in 1930, was condemned by the city.
So they knocked it down?
I guess so. Let's see. The focus shifted to Mazzaroni's hometown of Yonkers, where he had political connections. There was excitement about bringing pro ball back to New York's 4th most populous city, which did not have such a team since the Hudson River League Club in 1907.
Oh, Jesus.
Adele Leon, a literary agent and associate of Acton's, paid the $50,000 franchise fee to own the Yonkers club and wanted to name it the Blue Bandits. But some Yonkers city council members, leery of the negative connotation of bandits, shot that idea down. So against her wishes, Leon's team took on the nickname of the aborted Mount Vernon team. The Yonkers Hoot Owls were born.
Yonkers Hoot Owls, baby.
And quite the habitat awaited them. Fleming Field sits just 8 miles north of Yankee Stadium, and no one would confuse the two. But neither the funds nor the time to build a new facility. Yonkers didn't have much else to offer the Northeast League. Here's, I believe, a picture of the field.
This is a crappy field.
Yeah. It had an all-dirt infield and no water. There were a lot of restrictions to it, but it was a good ballpark that you could sit a lot of people with a capacity north of 1,000.
That's actually a pretty big crowd.
Yeah. Hello, computer. Let's see. Let's skip down a bit. Mostly, the lights were so low, Buffon says. If they hit a pop fly, you couldn't see the ball. Thank God for the infield fly rule. Let's see. The lack of plumbing created the need for portable toilets and some assistance on the maintenance front. My family were all firemen and policemen, so my cousin Hank provided water from the hydrants to wet down the field. Let's see. Folks in neighboring houses let the Hoot Owls use their spouts to fill up water coolers.
What the hell?
That was a hot summer. There was no shade. After BP, we'd be drenched, so we're pouring the coolers on each other while changing before the game. Let's see. Let's get to the stats. Let's see. So when the Lumberjacks arrived at Fleming Field for their first visit, they were stunned. As if the infield conditions weren't unusual enough, the Hoot Owls didn't even have an L screen that batting practice pitchers stand behind to protect themselves. While awaiting the delivery of a screen, the make-do solution was to stack one steel garbage can on top of 2 others.
Yeah, that's gonna protect somebody.
I told my guys, boys, we won't be taking BP here. LaPointe says, I'm 6'3" and each drum was 3 foot tall. Those extra 3 inches are not where I want to get hit by a baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. With no groundskeeper, players tend to the outfield grass themselves, borrowing lawnmowers from their newfound friends in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Hey, can I use your lawnmower? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Let's see. There was also no scoreboard, so they had to put one up, and they were in a bad neighborhood, so each night they had to take it down.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I had done a Northeast League tryout in the winter, and then right before the season starts, I get a call that I made a team. He says, "Who's he?" Jemison. I skipped a couple paragraphs, so I'm not sure who I'm talking about. But anyways, we had maybe a week to go through practices. It was a ridiculous contract, like $700 a month.
Oh my God. And that was so much money to them back then in 1995.
Alexa, how much was $700 in 1995 in today's dollars?
Okay, here's some currency. $71,995 are currently worth $488,144.09.
Cent. I'm gonna do it now. Let's do the math. $700. Whoop. 700 in 1995 today. 1,218.
So 1,000.
Let's see. Ringler remembers some players making less than that, closer to $500 a month, and a few were signed straight out of the tryout camp held shortly before the start of the season. The roster was raw. Let's get to the records. Oh yeah, it was a long article. The Hoot Owls, I just want their final record. 14-54.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Several online information portals, from the ordinary reliable baseball reference to the not as reliable Wikipedia, pegged the Hoot Owls to the final record of 12-52. But a search of newspaper records from that period revealed this to be a gross mischaracterization of their might. They were actually 14-54.
So they won 14. Yeah, go Hoot Owls.
Alas, even after this uptick in the win column, Yonkers is still left with an unsightly 206 winning percentage. It's not the worst in history. A search of Baseball References database found 31 professional teams since 1900, none from the majors, who played at least 50 games had a lower percentage, but the combination of faultiness with the field and futility on it certainly puts the Hoot Owls in some rare rank air.
So they just played during the summer and that's it?
Yep. They did go out on a heroic note, though, beating the Newburgh Nighthawks 11-7 in the August 31st season finale at Fleming Field by only giving up 4 runs in the bottom of the ninth. But by that point, it had become a foregone conclusion that the team would not come back for a second year.
Thank God, that team sucks.
Northeast League teams went into 95 hoping to draw an average of at least 1,000 fans per game in order to be financially operable. Yonkers drew about 170 per game.
Yikes.
It didn't help that attending a game at Fleming Field required parking 2.5 miles away and shuttling over.
So you got to pay for parking, then you got to pay for the shuttle, and you got to pay for food. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Charging that was today be friggin' $40 for parking, $60 for the shuttle, $44 for a hot dog and a beer.
Yeah. The Hoot Owls were declared dormant. They were effectively replaced in the Northeast League in 1996 by the Bangor Blue Walks, who went a respectable 46-33 with the help of none other than Dennis Oil Can Boyd. But the balance sheet did not transfer to the Bangor ownership. Any outstanding debts in Yonkers were allegedly ignored.
So long as that team had a record of 500.
Yeah, so there's the Hoot Owls for you.
Go Hoot Owls. Bring them back, baby.
Actually, I'm going to go on eBay and type in Hoot Owls and see if
And see what comes up.
Do you think anything comes up?
Probably not. And if it does, I'll be extremely shocked.
Apparently there's a scratch ticket called Hoot Owls. Or what is this? I don't know what that is. Now, if you just type in Hoot Owls, you just get a bunch of dumb stuff. Oh, hold on. Hoot Owls. Type in 1995. I typed in 1989. Let's try to hit backspace.
Couple years off.
Yeah. No, just a Beanie Baby of Hoot the Owl from 1995.
Okay, well,
Holy crap! This person's selling it for $5,000.
are you serious? What does it look like?
Oh, no one's buying it, but
It's just a stupid ass owl.
yeah. Now I want to see the sold listings of this owl because the prices vary so much. Like someone's selling it for $500. Someone started an auction at 99 cents. 10, 5. This one person went in at 99 cents. Yeah. Some people are just idiots. One person paid $25 for it. You dumbass. Another person. One person. What? Oh, this person bought an authenticated one
I'll tell you what.
for $100.
I'll tell you what. If anyone's listening to this podcast, which I really hope you are still listening to it, if you go into eBay and buy that for $5,000, I will find out who you are. I'll fly wherever you live, and I will slap you so hard outside your head, pick up the owl and say, "Why would you spend $5,000 on the owl when you're just gonna get it for $3 off eBay?"
Yeah.
Who would spend $5,000 on a stupid Beanie Baby?
I don't know.
It must have some kind of background from a movie from the 90s that I have no idea.
Maybe.
I was only 2 in 1995.
I was not alive in 1995.
Nope.
Yeah, so there was nothing on sale for them. I would have bought a shirt that said Hoot Owls because it's funny.
You're you're like at the mall, whatever, walk around. Some guy used to play for them.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Where did you get that? eBay.
What year were you born? 96.
How did you find out about the Hoot Owls?
Science.
MLB.com.
Anyways, fun story to end the show. About 15 minutes. John, where can they find you on the internet that you didn't tell them at the beginning of the
I
episode?
keep forgetting. I got to, put a tattoo on my arm.
You got to tell them, every 5 minutes. Interrupt me at every 5-minute mark. Be like, follow me on Instagram.
Okay, my Instagram is John O'Halloran 15. I'll spell it out OHALLORAN 15. My Twitter's _ John _ O'Halloran. Same way I spell it on Twitter. Why would I change on Instagram? Why would I change it?
To confuse people.
So go follow me.
You can find me on both Twitter and Instagram at William Kliski. You can follow the show on both Twitter and Instagram at TTLPod. Please rate, review, and subscribe on your preferred listening platform.
Share with your friends and your family, coworkers, whoever likes sports podcast.
Subscribe to YouTube for the video version.
Yes, and you can see us on YouTube on the video version. I was going to try to say something, but
And we will see you next week.
bye, babies.